Okay, so let's talk about the first security control device. Which is very popular, and almost all size of organizations use this product. So as a beginner in cybersecurity, you must know what is firewall, why it is used, what are the capabilities of a firewall. It's a very generic term. So a lot of organizations and the companies who are making this kind of product, they will tell you like advanced firewall, next generation firewall, but we will see under the hood what all features which is available under a typical firewall, right? So let's start with why you need a firewall, right? So firewall is a product which organizations use in order to protect from the external hackers or the malicious user to enter inside your network. So primarily objective is to control who can access what, which office, which department can access what information. The people who are sitting, because once your website is on the internet, anybody can access it, right? So what all they can access sitting in various countries, right? So those kind of controls primarily is configured on the very fundamental, very basic kind of product which is called firewall. So try to understand these things. Now you have, suppose you have a server where it's a website, right? So you can just check any website, you type, www.purplesynapse.com, and you see some pages and some information popped out in front of you, right? So it is a World Wide Web website. Anybody can access it. When you say anybody, this is the malicious user's domain. So any country, anybody sitting on that, so it could be hackers and hacker 2.1. Anybody sitting in any country will also have access to this website, right? And they will try to access this particular website on certain port. So if you just open up the server for anybody sitting across the world in any country, they keep on trying what is the vulnerability of this machine. Can I access certain port? Is it only a website? Is it what kind of operating system it is running? Is there a problem in that particular operating system? So they have full access if you don't protect this machine, right? But since you have to run a business, you have to offer this website to be accessed from anybody. So there are two ways to handle it, right? When you create a website, you create for the world. So you want people to access it, right? So when people can access it, the good people, similarly, you will have bad people also accessing your websites, right? So what you do is the very first product which is going to protect you is your firewall. What you do is you put firewall in front of your web server, or it could be any server, it could be mail server, it could be file server, which other people can access from the outside. And then you connect to the internet. And on this firewall, you are going to create rules. In that rule, you say that anybody coming from the internet from any country, once it reaches the firewall, you say only TCP port 443, which is your HTTPS, or port 80 is allowed, and you say it is allowed. So only that is allowed. So even if my server is vulnerable on various ports, so this you will learn in detail when you attend our different classes. So the server can run WW port, it can run SMB port, it can run SSH, it can run NTP port, it could be SFTP, anything. All these kind of services which will be running on this server internally, right? But you cannot, because the people sitting outside of the internet, they only want to access the website, so they should only be allowed this port from outside. Now you have in your company, you have developers, so they write code for this website. So these developers need to access the server for SMB because they want to share files. They want to access SSH because they want to run some CLI commands. So what you will do in firewall is you mention another rule saying that if the source is developers, destination is server, allow SSH, and you say allow. So if the developer is trying to access, apart from the browsing protocol like HTTP or HTTPS, they are also allowed to access SSH or any other protocol which is allowed, which you have allowed on the firewall. So this is the power of a firewall. So you control at the very, very fundamental level. So even if your server is vulnerable, suppose for example, you are running an SSH protocol and you have a very weak password on the server, right? ABC or ABC123 is the password. So for developers, for some reason, have given a very weak password on the server. If by any chance on your firewall, SSH is allowed for these people as well. So just imagine the millions of malicious users just trying to access some of the the servers all the time, not to steal the data from there, but they compromise it, and using this machine they want to attack somebody else, so that when somebody is trying to trace back, they will ultimately end up here. So it's not always the understanding that only if you have a important information people will try to hack or compromise your system, but there are many other reasons for which people will try to take access of your machine. So just imagine a small or weak password on the server and on your firewall. If you don't have that firewall, you don't control this port, people will be able to access that particular information. The very first and fundamental level of security, it is provided by firewall. Firewall provides a network level security to you. So who is the source, who is the destination, whether and what is the ports which should be allowed. Port means services like SSH, SMB, HTTP, HTTPS, SMTP. These are all the popular ports. NTP. These are all the ports which are there on which all this internet working works, right? So you open only that port. You can say allow or you can say deny. And finally, on all the firewall, everything is denied. Okay. So packet will be dropped eventually if it is not matching this. So a hacker sitting over there tries to access SSH, it reaches the firewall, looks at this rule, it says only port 80 is allowed, it goes to next rule, it says source has to be developer, then only SSH is allowed, it doesn't match, it goes to next rule, it says deny all, so packet is dropped. So the only thing which these hackers can access is port 80 or 443, which is primarily a browsing protocol. That makes sense? So this is the use of the firewall. So on the red side, as a hacker, you try to access as many ports, because this is the starting point. Because if you want to attack this machine, you want to access these ports. Once you have these are all the holes, security holes. So you punch those holes in your firewall, and the chances of hacker attacking your website is very, very minimal if only one port is enabled. If more ports are given to these hackers, they will have more chances of compromising this machine. So what you do is you use a firewall and control access to those kind of servers. So you are pretty safe from the very, very minimum level of expectation. If you don't have it, it's very, very difficult to protect, because you are just assuming that they will not be able to hack it for some amount of time. But if you cut down their access level, for them to work very, very hard just to compromise your machine only on this port. Because even if other ports are vulnerable, or your website, the server is vulnerable, since they do not have access to other ports, you are pretty safe. So firewall will save you from that perspective. And from the red skills, if I don't allow you the ports, obviously you cannot access if sitting at somewhere else. At very, 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 very high level, it's just not possible. You have to look for the other methods in order to come inside the infrastructure. Is it clear? So this is the primary objective of a firewall. So we are going to show you a dashboard of a firewall, how exactly real time a firewall will look like, just for the demonstration purpose. Once I complete all those 5 significant products, and I will also show you a real time firewall, how does it look like, and what all rules which has been written by security engineers in order to protect those information. Okay. Thank you. So we'll move to the next product in the next video. Thank you.